Hello everybody. So here we go to stream a little bit about what's new in the project. And so we will be able to put it and test our player controller, the new chips, VFX and sounds that get integrated since yesterday. And so what's new about the branch? Main is up to date, so you can absolutely use it to put up the project. Let's do it that. Actually, we can also take player controller and man controller, which are updated too and still active. So there is even a few new stuff on player controllers that is not special already. So when I boot up the project and I have no scenes, I just look up for the bootstrap demo. So let's load up our bootstrap. And so, as you can see here, I have put the player inputs and the event system directly here. So as this first scene is loaded all along the game, it was smart to put our main camera and our UE and player inputs, UE inputs and player inputs into the main scene. So we will be able to navigate a first menu with AR, like click a button to start the race, etc., etc. So on the scene loader, I have by default added player test. So we're gonna load player test here, and let's see what's inside. So we do have a virtual camera, which have high priority. So if I check out what is the virtual camera of Bootstrap, we can even disable it, but the priority is 0. So it's less priority than the camera, the virtual camera that is in our testing. We can find our new player too. So there is a basic controller that we have started with Mel, and that is a pretty sure thing at the moment. So I have recently added the keyboard input, so you will be able to test out with the controller or with the keyboard. Let's start. And the thumb track is the object of the tunnel just to test out stuff. So yeah, we can see it go directly from the beginning from our Cinemachine camera here, and then lamp to our free loop camera here. So when I select the free loop, we can see the control of the centering of the camera. So you can move up the camera orbitally using your mouse, of course, or the left joystick of the controller. Actually, I'm testing on keyboard, so and if I use the directional arrow, I can also turn and move forward. For now, we cannot move back because it's actually not in the mapping I was thinking about. I was rather thinking about having few actions binded to lateral motors that can allow to make an acrobacy, an aerial acrobacy, to make like a turn, a fast turn or an esquive swing. So that's it. We can actually move around, etc. We cannot move up and down. So if you collide on the tunnel, etc., you can, for now, using the physics, get out of the tunnel. So you won't be able to get in again. but you will be able to fly around and visit the clouds. So that's it for now. About players and models, but we also have new content, which is sounds and VFX. So to just check out very fast sounds scene. So if I'm right, it's the latest sound scenes. There is the audio manager. If I play, yes, we have our game audio. I don't know if you can have it here. I guess yes. So that's our first audio test from them. There is few sounds of engine motors, etc. that I have heard are impressive. So big up that, it's pretty impressive all of this. About VFX, because to prototype our ships, our Cosmo Caravan player prefab, we'll need to add rockets, etc., etc. And maybe stuff like that ready to be pulled, like explosion, maybe some smoke or etc. when there is contact. So actually, this is like a little scene. Each corridor is filled with some VFX. So here we can see there is a rocket trail. So we can actually can start to use this kind of effect to attach to our custom rockets. And so we already have smoke, etc. It's cool. It's pretty cool. Actually, there is some steam. There is few smokes. There is water effects. So like I don't know if we see it well, but there is splash groups, etc. So here there is gas, some muzzle for integrating in the auto turrets. Again, some goop. Here it's impact effect. So when the ships, the Cosmo Caravans, get hit by or just collide with something, we can use impact effect. Or particle effects can also handle collisions, so that's what is made here. So that basically the system of spawning things for like bullets for auto turrets. So we can even use like fantasy stuff or lightnings, or not like classic bullets, but we can use more. We also have few effects here, but more like fantasy. Here we have explosions. So yes, there is a few explosions with debris. This one is good to be used with the rocket, I guess. This one is cool because it can be derived easily. There is refraction and stuff on this, so we can use it as a base for a black hole that we was talking about. A few flamethrowers, same, compatible with physics. So if I take this flamethrower here, yes, flame stream. I need to be as global. As you can see, it can stick to the wall. So pretty useful if two ships are close close together and are attacking each other. So these flame effects are quite effective with physics too. Few fireworks, etc. So I guess there is few sparks, a lot more of refraction effect if we need to. And this is spawning effects or stuff like that here. I don't think there is script. Ah yes, there is a script with the spawning effect, so we can use this to get easy with the spawning, like to pop up the shield or a new boost on a player. It's good to have a trigger like that. So usually we use some cures to play the effect along the time. So that's it. For the VFX, once we have a few more VFX into the main scenes, it will be very good. Let's already take the rockets, the rocket trail. Everything is stored as prefabs, so we'll be, of course, able to drag and drop in. So let's get back to our player test scene. It's the dev test scene globally. Let's use our new prefabs, rocket trail, and for pulling, usually we used to disable an object and make it ready to load. But for the example purpose, I will just put the disabled effects in the right direction. Forgive me. Okay. So, okay, yeah. Let's stay like this, all forward. Great. So if I put this on my rocket trail at 0, 0 position, same here, 0, 0, we have our rockets pretty much ready to use. So what I will be able to do is to just disable and enable it manually for now. And once the spawner will be ready, we'll be binded with the input. So if you have any queries to create a new input, etc., that me or its Venomous would have forget to set up, just ping us and we will open a quick PR to set up this. So let's create our rocket trays, and as we can see, it's like we were shooting. So actually, there is no physics set up on this object, but we'll be able to very easily do it. So as you can see, there is few graphic glitch for now, but I will disable. This is because of the motion vector and the motion blur. So it's just a few tweakings for this kind of graphical issue. No worry. So that's it for the new things. I get comfortable because we have everything to craft our first weapons. The controller of the bot is getting ready on more or less ready on my branch, and it's is working hard on the game manager to start the race, etc. So once we have it and we'll be able to spawn players with few weapons, it will be a lot easier. Another task that have been started is the game introduction branch. So in fact, what I was thinking about is having a first scene before the gameplay scene, which is player test here. that play the introduction sequence. So I've just created a new branch, game introduction, yeah, which contain this new introduction steps, short timeline, where the camera move around, the commentary talk, and the ships take place on the docks. So I will set up very fast everything needed for the camera with like a traveling, a dolly track, etc. And a few cubes to represent like the shape of a basic dock and stuff like that. So once we'll have a few things placed, on the, as you can see, this is an older branch, so there is even no 3D model, but there is the scenes. I don't know where I've put it. Game introduction, yes. So this one, in fact, should be loaded by the bootstrap scene. So let's get back to the bootstrap scene, sorry. Yes, as the number one. So what actually do when we load the scene, the with the game introduction, is we'll have the game introduction loaded by the scene the scene loader first. Here, just the details, but I've not added the game introduction to the build settings, so it don't fight the scenes to load. So let me just drag and drop the new scenes, game introduction here, and just ordering it. All right, let's restart it. The first scene of the list should be loaded by the scene loader automatically. The first scene of the first list. We can ask for the game loader. So as you can see, there is the dolly track and the virtual camera have started to work on. But there is nothing else for the moment. It's the game introduction. What the game manager will do is to just manage the index of the first scenes, bind it to track our race, and so we will be able to load. We can even create new lists, like if a track is multiple scenes like this game introduction scenes. Let's say there is 3D, there is another scene with moving island, another scene with the boost, etc. We can use the scene loader, which have load all scene in a list function already, to load a bunch of scene. So after the game introduction loading, I guess what the scene loader will be called to do by the game manager is to load the bunch of scenes we need for the race number one, so the forest map actually, if we start in the forest map. So what I have in mind about narrative, just to update a little bit about narrative, in this game introduction I was seeing like festivities with fireworks and like the Cosmo Caravan taking place all along the starting line of the race. And like simple holograms of a face like smiling or talking, representing the commentary. I've already talked about Dan about the commentatory vocals, if eventually there are. So this is not an issue, guys. We have think a little bit about it. What we will need is to write a few lines of talk that the commentatory can say, like at the beginning in the game introduction, Hello everyone, welcome to the millennial course of race of Cosmo Caravans, etc., etc. Or when a rocket is launched and hits someone, you can say, "Wow, great hit," something like that. So just to add a little bit of juice, uh, when there will be VFX, it will add some juice too. So I'm pretty confident we will have a lot of game feel and juice to give to the player with Cosmo Caravans actually. For the new stuff, that's it. So just to remind you, if you want to stuff everything that's new, you can go on main, let your change. If you have some change on your own branch, you can let your change on your own branch. And if I go on main, I will be able to stay on Bootstrap Timo as roots and just hit play. So it will load player test and no game introduction. Actually, the scene loader is pretty useful because you can load from here, but you can also drag and drop a scene as usual. You can also right click and remove scenes for here. Here you can do load and load from here, load all if there is no missing scenes already. So let's remove our missing reference here. You can do it by list. So very, very useful. I guess that's it for this record. I have said everything that need to be said to update everyone on the project. So actually, the mapping of US and European keyboard is automatic, so it will move from QWERTY to AZERTY automatically. It should move to QWERTY from AZERTY. So yes, that's it. We'll try to create a few tiny tasks on today to make sure everyone has tiny fun stuff to do over the weekend. So no stress. Over the weekend, we can just do one or two tiny tasks or more if you can, but it's all right if we all do one thing at least. So that's it. When you have this kind of message, just cancel, you don't care. That's it from now. So if I had change on my GitHub, I can of course create a new branch and pull request it. So you can start from scratch from main scene, no issue on there. Okay, great. So bye everybody. Have a great weekend. Hope we'll move forward on the player controller a little bit more, so we'll be able to have fun in the end of the weekend, navigating like a beginning of a race. I guess it's fairly possible to have that without working too much. So that's it, guys.